Thanks, Glenn. Thanks, Nick. Um, yeah, I know on the power play now I think you're net front now, right? And on that first unit, but you've spent some time in the middle before where Jack is now. Can you kind of give me a little bit of I mean, what's that like being in the middle, and how important is that position to that 1-3-1 setup?
Yeah, I mean, I watched a pretty good middle player in Sam Gagne. That's kind of where I started to understand the position and how important it is on the power play. And and then tried to use some of the things I saw that he would do. I mean, just the way he would support the plays, but always continue to be a threat as well. But a lot of times he was just a distributor. To take pressure off some guys and then bring it over to the weak side or find somebody open. A lot of times Sam would be our, sometimes it would run through Sam in some ways, Gags with the way he would do, some of the plays that he makes. So when I saw that and realized how effective it made our power play that year, I mean, we were the number one power play all the way till December with him. And a lot of it was because of just the way he distributed and supported plays. So I realized when I got that opportunity, I wanted to do the same thing. So I worked at it, and it's a really important spot. It's especially the way we play the 1-3-1. It's a guy that really means a lot to when we're in the zone and set up and how we're going to execute some of our attack. And it's fun. I actually really like the position. So it's good to see Jack score a big one for us the other night in that spot.
How important is the shooting aspect, and how tough is it, to get into areas where you can get that shot off from there?
Yeah, I think some teams, the Washingtons, they have that Oshie spot that he scores a lot from, but a lot of times it's just that area that you're trying to be more a sport guy than anything, but also be in a spot to be that threat. Like you saw, I think Jack read the play well the other night where they kind of over pressured on Jonesy, and he was able to find that little hot spot in there to shoot. And those are the reads you have to have. I think you always want to be a threat because they have to respect you in the middle, but also knowing that you're more of a reliever and also can create some offensive opportunities from it as well. When you get that puck, there's some guys open that as a penalty killer. It's always an uncomfortable spot when you're trying to check that guy, but also know who's behind you or has other options. So yeah, it's a skill. I saw it from Gags the way he played. It's a skill. The pucks, some of the sticks you get on pucks as they're coming to the net, or plays you'd make to the back door to Cam at the time, and it's something that you don't realize how important it is until you don't have one. And it's an area we've really tried to improve on, especially when I'm in the middle. And Jack's done a good job of that so far.
Yeah, I was going to say that's my last one was, it's a short sample size here with Jack. You guys know him that have skated with him in the summer and stuff. But do you when you look at him and you see his skill sets and all the things that he can do you think he's kind of tailor made for that spot?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's shown that he has the ability to shoot the puck, but also make the plays that are necessary to make. And we're trying to get our power play going, which has been better of late. And he's been a big influence on that. And just his short time here, obviously Patty Line and the way teams have to respect him on the weak side, and it's created some more options for us. So now you got a guy like Z drawing back in and Jonesy, and we're hopefully putting the pieces in place to have a real successful power play on the stretcher.
Well, thanks, Nick.
Thanks.
Okay. Next, we'll go to Mark Scheid. Go ahead, Mark.
Thanks, Glenn. Hey, Nick. I know we talked earlier in the season about the struggles with the camaraderie and the team bonding and stuff like that. But from the post game the other night where you guys were sharing some laughs after a nice win, how have you seen the improvement in that area of the camaraderie? Given all the challenges.
Yeah, I think guys just understand now. The areas or the times that we can be close and we can have that moment to enjoy a win or to gain some camaraderie, like you said. And it's important, the little time that you get to be together, we have to make the most of it. And I think we're starting to understand the way the league's schedule is, our schedule, what's allowed, what's not. There's been some growing pains, but also an understanding of when we can kind of enjoy each other's company. And we're trying to stay safe all the while. And I think guys have done a good job, but knowing that, a lot of times, let's be honest, winning solves a lot of your camaraderie issues. And, that was a big win to come from behind. Obviously wouldn't like to draw it up like that, but it helps. I think it's a shot in the arm in the right direction. And, hopefully we can gain a lot of tightness as a group from it, but then also find ways as we get along here just to find more opportunities to be together and get closer and allow us to have our game really come from that as well.
Okay, next we'll go to Dave Metzel. Go ahead, Dave.
I'm going to pick up right there, Nick. How much of a big flush was that? You get a couple power play goals, 2 late goals. Was it just a big flush? Yeah, okay. Now we can concentrate on hockey in the game and just being a team.
Yeah, I think you want some offense to come, especially with how hard we work for it. It's nice when you can see some plays that develop because of it, and the way we're working in the offensive zone or off the rush, and our power play gets going. So yeah, it's a nice way to win a game, and hopefully that brings on the tightness as a group and the style of play that we want. I think there's still areas that we have some breakdowns that we have to fix, but when you can put up that many and know that those things are fixable and we can tighten up a little bit more, it gives you a lot of confidence as we get going here.
Torch spoke of you guys being more of a playmaking team the other night as well, rather than just a dump and chase team, more plays out of the corner and that type of thing. I wonder if you could just speak to the growth there.
Yeah, I mean, that's something we talk about. I think when you're confident, when you're feeling good and you're feeling close as a group on the ice, it's just the way our lines are set, or you start to make plays. You start to know where guys are going to be. You start to have that sixth sense of where everyone is on the ice. And then you get guys that are confident to carry the puck up through the ice or hold on to it that extra second to make that play. And I think you saw that last game. Cam got going and Jack's been holding on to pucks. That line was really good for us, but all the other lines, Borky makes a great play to Stens. Maybe he dumps that in normally and finds Stens through the middle and scores a huge goal to get us the lead and the win. But everybody, it was one of those games where all lines brought something offensively as well as defensively, and we're going to need more of the same.
Thanks, Nick.
Okay, next we'll go to Jeff Svoboda. Go ahead, Jeff.
Thanks, Glenn. Thanks, Nick. Just wanted to ask about Michael Delzato, and he's been in the league for 10 years, so you knew how good a player he was, but just to see him on a daily basis and see what he's brought to this team, just how nice has it been to have him around and have him contribute in a big way? Yeah,
he's been great. He's a really good pro. When you see him, just the way he prepares for a practice or a game, he's just consistent and professional in his approach. But also what I think a lot of guys respect about him is he's a lot of fun. He's a guy that's the first one to joke in the room. He's a bit of a shit disturber, if you're allowed to say that, which is nice. You need guys like that. You need some guys with some personality, some flair, and DZ brings that. He's a guy that really enjoys the game of hockey. Has been around a long time, has been, played in a lot of different situations, been the guy, has been the complimentary piece. I think here he's really found his niche in the sense of what he's going to bring to our team, and he's excelled at it. So we're thrilled to have him. He's brought a lot of fun at a time when it's pretty difficult to have fun. So it's been great, and we're just, we're enjoying getting to know him even more, and the chirps never stop. That's for sure from him.
Yeah, that was my follow-up question. So you pretty much answered it. So thanks, Nick.
No problem.
Okay, finally we'll go to Aaron Portzline. Go ahead, Aaron.
Thank you, Glenn. Thanks, Glenn. Thanks, Nick. Delzato was saying yesterday that Jack Roslovic, I think his direct quote was, "He won't shut up." I'm wondering if that's Delzato projecting or if you've seen the same thing.
Oh, it's pretty accurate, but in a good way. Jack's got something to say about everything, which it's fun. I like about Jack, his energy. He provides an energy to the room. He's just a happy-go-lucky guy, and you can't help but cheer for a guy like that or want to be around a guy like that. Yeah, he takes his lickings in the room, and that's just the way a locker room works. But he gives it, he takes it, and I think the biggest thing is I think he's really enjoying his role with this team and realizing the impact and the opportunity he's having with us, and he's run with it. And guys respect a guy like that. And what he's bringing to the locker room, he's also putting out on the ice. And I think it's just it's awesome to see, especially a local kid grab a hold of the opportunity he's getting. And it's probably a thrill for the fans and the people that have supported him in Columbus all these years, but it's a bigger thrill for us in the room because he's really helped make us a better team.
You mentioned guys carrying the puck, holding onto the puck, making plays with the puck. That's sort of been his game here since he's gotten here. How infectious is that? When I'm not saying he's the only guy doing it, but he's been doing it since he got here. How much can that sort of lift everything?
Well, I think what happens is you have now a centerman that's wanting to make plays, and now your wingers, whether it's Cam or Patty or whoever, have opportunities to get in open spots to get shots off or create offense. You know, that's what's so important about a center ice position. You know, it's sometimes you need a centerman that's willing to hold on to pucks and then allows other guys to have time to hold on to pucks. That's why it's one of the most coveted spots in our league is having a depth down the center, and he's provided that. You know, he's making plays, which is now giving Patty or Cam time to make more plays, and then all of a sudden it just carries over, and now they're confident with the puck, and now there's more room for two really dangerous players. And you know, you give Patty or Cam a little bit of time to shoot a puck or make another play, and good things are going to happen, and that's what you saw last night. So credit to Jack for understanding that and bringing that for our team, and it's a good thing for everyone else to follow suit. Now now there's a matchup that has to happen probably against that line, so now maybe some other lines are getting some different looks and having opportunities. And I thought Sten's also stepped in and did a great job in his role as well, and we're going to need more of that as we go forward.
Thanks, Nick.